You are listening to the Rewards Canada podcast.
Hello, and welcome to episode 98 of the Rewards Canada podcast. In this episode, we'll cover the 2022 Canada's Choice winners and results. For nearly 2 weeks in October, we ran the 7th version of Canada's Choice, the second of the 2020s after we paused it in 2015. And we asked Canadians to come out and vote for their favorite Canadian credit cards and loyalty reward programs. And come out to vote you did. We had a record amount of votes this year with over 21,000 total submissions, which was nearly 3,000 more than our previous record of 18,000 and so votes set way back in 2014. Canadians cast their votes across 10 categories this year, and let's dive right into those results from those categories. We start things off with what we call the creme de la creme category, and that is the top overall travel rewards credit card in Canada. This category covers any and all travel rewards cards, and holding on to top spot this year is none other than the TD Airline Visa Infinite card. The mainstay credit card for Canada's favorite travel reward program easily took first place again with 37% of the vote, which is more than 3 times the runner-up's numbers, and that runner-up was the CIBC Aventura Visa Infinite card. Rounding out the top 3 in this category was the Ultra Premium Platinum card from American Express. The only real surprise in this category was seeing American Express's Cobalt card down an 8th spot. I guess more education needs to be done on our part and on Amex's part, as this is the card that Rewards Canada considers as the best overall travel rewards card in Canada. The next category Canadians voted in was the no annual fee travel rewards credit card category. Again, we see an Airline card take top spot, but this time it is the CIBC Airline Visa card, as that is actually the only no annual fee Airline card in Canada. This was followed by the TD Rewards Visa card, and last year's winner, the BMO Air Miles MasterCard, ended up in 3rd spot. This category was closer in terms of results, with the CIBC Airline Visa card taking just over 29% of the votes, and the TD Rewards card coming in at slightly above 25%. The third category we had was the Airline credit card category, and no surprise here based on the previous categories that the TD Airline Visa Infinite card takes first place for the second year in a row. In fact, Airline co-brand cards took all top 3 spots, with the CIBC Airline Visa Infinite card moving from 4th spot last year to 2nd spot this year, and the American Express Airline card holding on to 3rd spot just like it held in 2021. An interesting note in this category is seeing the really new Air France KLM Flying Blue World Elite MasterCard debut in 6th place. Yes, it did only receive 0.73% of the votes, but it actually did better than the long-tenured but now defunct MBNA Alaska Airlines World Elite MasterCard. We followed this with the no foreign transaction fee credit card category. A new champion was crowned this year, and the card that took top spot is the Scotiabank Passport Visa Infinite card. It knocked out last year's winner, the HSBC World Elite MasterCard, which ended up in 2nd spot. Honestly, both cards are pretty awesome cards. We ranked them quite high in our own research rankings, so I knew this category would be a battle. However, the Scotiabank card did win with nearly a 14% margin. Rounding up the top 3 of the NOFX fee cards was another Scotia card, the Scotiabank Gold American Express card. Of note, in this category, there were over 50 inputted votes for the Rogers World Elite MasterCard, which was surprising and it is no longer considered a no foreign transaction fee card. Maybe these cardholders are unaware of that. I mean, it does award 3% on US purchases, but it still charges the 2.5% fee, so you end up with 0.5% reward. Same thing goes for some votes for NEO, as you have to get their travel bundle that you can add on, which awards 2% on foreign transactions, but they charge a 2.5% NOFX fee. Next up, we had another very popular category, and that is the Cashback Rewards Credit Card. This category also saw a new winner crowned as the most popular cashback card, and that is the TD Cashback Visa Infinite card. It was followed up by the CIBC Dividend Visa Infinite card, which was only about 4.5% behind in votes, and in 3rd spot was the venerable Scotia Momentum Visa Infinite card. Last year's winner, the NEO card, ended up in 6th spot this year. The last of the individual credit card categories is the Top Ultra Premium Credit Card. These are cards that provide a wealth of benefits but also come with higher annual fees in the $250 to $700 range. Here again, we see the return of Aeroplan dominating, with the TD Aeroplan Visa Infinite Privilege Card taking the top spot with over 30% of the vote. This was followed by the card's namesake at CIBC and their Aeroplan Visa Infinite Privilege card, while Amex's Aeroplan Reserve card took third spot. Last year's winner, the Platinum card from American Express, ended up in fourth spot. From the answers that our voters typed in, it is interesting to note that 6 votes were cast for the American Express Centurion card. If you want to talk the ultimate ultra premium card, it is the famed black card from American Express that costs thousands of dollars per year to keep in your wallet, and you only get to have one in your wallet if you're invited for it. And so it's cool to see half a dozen votes for that. Next, we transition over to loyalty programs, and our first category is natural for this transition, and that is credit card reward programs. So here we had Canadians vote for the programs that issuers have and may provide multiple variations or multiple cards for those programs. This category saw some big changes this year, with PC Optimum jumping from third spot last year to take the top spot and crown the champion for 2022. They took nearly a quarter of all votes to lock in first place. They were followed by TD Rewards, who jumped into second all the way from fifth in 2021. And last year's winner, American Express Membership Rewards, took third spot. I was excited to see one vote inputted for Diners Club Club Rewards. While there's still a few thousand of us out there using this card, I don't think I'll ever give up my Diners Club card unless they totally cut it off. But seeing that it's no longer publicly available, we don't actually list it as an option in this category, or any of the card categories for that matter, but still happy to see one vote for it. The next category under the loyalty programs is the top airline loyalty program, and this was a major blowout, with Air Canada Aeroplan taking over 88% of the votes. Air Canada took top spot last year as well, and with their outreach campaign this year, they just widened that gap even more. They were followed none other by WestJet Rewards, who took 6.5% of the vote, and in third spot went to another Canadian airline, Porter Airlines VI Porter, with 0.65% of the votes. From the inputted answers, there were 1 or 2 entries for quite a few different airlines from around the world, but what I love seeing is that we got 5 votes for the Caribbean Airlines Caribbean Miles program. We do cover that program on Rewards Canada, very infrequently though, as the only news of them from them of late has been their Buy Miles bonuses, but still I'm super glad to see that we got multiple votes for them. The top hotel loyalty program, as voted for by Canadians, is none other than Marriott Bonvoy. It holds on to top spot in this category after it won it in 2021. This comes as no surprise. Marriott is the largest hotel chain in Canada and one of the largest worldwide. With such a large footprint and over 130 million members, one would expect them to win this category. And with over 42% of the votes, they cleaned up, as second place Hilton Honors took 18% of the votes. The top 3 was rounded out with IHG One Rewards, who narrowly edged out Best Western Rewards for that spot on the podium. My favorite of the inputted answers was a vote we couldn't count, but I still loved it, and that was one Canadian who put RIP Starwood Preferred Guests. Yes, don't we all miss the beloved SPG program? In fact, my Marriott Bonvoy American Express card is still the SPG version. It will be sad when it gets replaced in 2023. Finally, we have our last category, and that's the top shopping loyalty program. For the second year in a row, PC Optimum takes top spot in this category. A perennial favorite of Canadians, PC Optimum garnered nearly 50% of the votes, which was more than double the number of votes that the runner-up, Air Miles, received. And in third spot, we had Canadian Tire's Triangle Rewards, who edged out up-and-comer Scene Plus by only 0.6%. From the inputted answers for this category, I have to highlight the one vote someone placed for Sanigan's Meat Club out of Toronto, a loyalty program for a butcher shop. Love it. And that's all the results in a nutshell. We provide more of the rankings, more details that on the top 10 for each of these 10 categories on the Rewards Canada site. We'll provide a link to it on our podcast page at rewardscanada.ca/podcast and in the YouTube description. Or you can simply go to rewardscanada.ca/Canada's Choice to go to those results directly. Thanks again to everyone who cast their votes in this year's Canada's Choice rankings. Be sure to watch for Rewards Canada's own research rankings to come out early in 2023 as well to see how they compare to the way you voted. And that's all she wrote for this episode. Thank you for tuning in to the Rewards Canada podcast. I hope you enjoyed it, and be sure to help spread the word so that we can keep bringing you the best loyalty rewards content in Canada. Share the podcast, hit the like button, leave a 5-star review on your favorite listening platform, and so on. Have yourselves a great day, and I'll talk to you next time. The Rewards Canada podcast is produced in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, with music produced by Regina's own TWKOP.